Steve Lindsey, LVT, question 3. So when we think about compliance and regulation, we really narrow it down into 3 areas. So the first one is data privacy, or what we call private or data sovereignty as well. I think we can combine those into 2 areas. The second one is going to be PII, which is really the anonymity, or the anonymity, am I saying that right? of people's information as it comes to them being identified and that kind of a thing. And then the last one is really just regulatory and compliance from a cybersecurity perspective, or how these systems are being deployed. And each one of these 3 things have different answers to those, right? So from a data security perspective, the technology and the architectures of how these systems are built really have to be in place to address that. The PII information really comes down to our use of AI, right? There's ways of using AI that don't lead to the identification of a person. We can still use an anonymous AI, like, for example, face matching. There's a difference between facial recognition and face matching, right? Face matching is trying to identify, or is trying to match a face to somebody else who might do the same bad thing, but we don't know who they are. Facial recognition is, I know who this person is. I'm actually looking at a face and saying that's Steve. So anyway, we got to think about the anonymous side of how we use technology, and specifically AI. And then on the compliance and regulatory side, you know, when we think about GDPR, when we think about SOC 2, if you're getting into government, FedRAMP compliance, like all of these things really, again, go back to my thinking of architecture and building with security in mind. If you have to be privacy, you got to build with privacy in mind. It all just comes back to how do we think about the problem in the context of the compliance and regulatory things that we have to have as we're designing and building this stuff from the beginning, and having it not be an afterthought.